Welcome. So today we're going to take a look and compare these two all-in-one devices. Today we've got the Mackie Mainstream and the Rode Streamerx. I've done videos on both of these, but we're going to look at the differences and compare them a little bit. So stick around, we'll be back in just a second. Okay, first off, I want to say that these two devices, again, the Rode Streamerx and the Mackie Mainstream, are essentially owned by the same company. Rode bought out Mackie a few months back or whatever. So same type of device, implemented differently. Both of them are an all-in-one audio video capture device for streaming. So we're going to take a look at just some differences between the two devices. And we will start with the Mackie implementation right here. So cost-wise, probably the most important for anyone who's doing streaming or online content creation is how much is this thing going to cost me? Well, we'll look at, again, the Mainstream first. This one is $299. And for $299, you get an audio capture card and an interface for an XLR mic if you want to use it. The Rode Streamerx, same thing. You get a capture card and an audio device all-in-one, XLR, for $399. Now, you might be asking yourself, what's the difference? Why is one $100 more? We'll get into that. But first, let's look at the I/O on the devices. And we'll start with Mackie. The I/O on the back, you get a power cable that you plug into your computer. And it tells you on the power cable what USB-C device or what device you need to plug it into, and it says it's a 3.1. If you know anything about computers, you will probably need to put power sharing on this, so where it's able to push power through the USB-C. You have two USB-C devices inputs on the back, one for a camera, if you want to hook up a camera, a USB flash drive, and then one for a microphone if you have a USB microphone that you want to put in. Obviously, we have HDMI input, output, so where you can pass through an HDMI signal. You have the left and right monitor for speakers, and then you've got a output for headphones. All of these are 1/4 inch, and then you've got an input for a phone. You can use the input for more than just a phone. You can use it for like a PlayStation or a Switch or a phone if you have, and that is done through a 3.5 millimeter jack. And then you've got a 3.5 millimeter output for headphones with a microphone. Obviously, you've got the XLR port also. We'll get into the HDMI here in just a second. That's going to be a little bit of an important difference between the two devices. So let's go over to the Rode. The I/O on the back of the Rode, you have a dedicated port for power that you plug into the wall with a power brick. It comes with the device. You have USB 1 and USB 2. One goes to one computer, one goes to the other computer. It doesn't have it so where you can hook up like a camera. You can use the USB 2 now after a firmware update to plug in a USB-C mic. You have the HDMI in for the pass-through, and then you've got a 1/4 inch headphone jack and a 3.5 millimeter TRRS jack for a headset with a microphone. And obviously the XLR mic. So, okay, on the front, we have for the Mackie Mainstream, we've got knobs for all of the things. So where you can turn up and down your volume on like your HDMI, your computer, your headset, your monitor speakers, and then you've got the mute buttons for all of the inputs and outputs on the back. On the Streamerx, we have a multifunction button that switches between the microphone, the headset, and wireless Rode devices that may be hooked up, and then one dedicated for your speakers. Multifunction buttons on the Mainstream, you have 6 buttons across the top that function like the function keys on your keyboard, F1 through F6, and whatever hotkeys you have set to those is what you can use for those keys. On the Rode device, we have the smart pads, that if you're using like the Rodecaster Duo or the Rodecaster Pro or the Rodecaster Pro 2, you'll know all about the smart pads where you can add stuff to them. Getting down to software, you don't necessarily need the software on the Mackie Mainstream. You can do all of the things with the exception of routing right on the front of the Mainstream with like all your control levels on your volume and stuff. On the Rode for routing and stuff like that, and for getting like basic things, you're going to need to use Unify to get that. And Unify is a software that's free that is, if you buy a Rode device. If you don't have a Rode device, it costs you $4.99, and it's a subscription fee. So that $4.99 is a month. So yeah, it comes with the device. If you have the Streamerx, you can get it for free. And this is where you will do your sound pads and all of the EQ and all of the things. The Mackie Mainstream does not. It's going to be coming with software that hasn't been released yet. It's called the Mackie Matrix. Whenever that comes out, we'll take a look at that. But I did use this. I did stream with it, and I mean, you really don't need the routing. I mean, you just change it to whatever setting that you have it on there, for like your HDMI and stuff like that, and it all comes through. So you can use it without the software. The Mackie Matrix is coming soon. Now, HDMI. There's a little bit of a difference with the HDMI. This is probably where the difference in price comes in. One of the ways where the difference in price comes in, when it comes to the Mackie Mainstream and the Streamerx, you both have it. Both allows you to have a 4K 60 pass through. But when you get down to recording, the Mainstream only allows you to record 1080 at 60. Whereas the Streamerx allows you to do 4K at 30, and it has variable refresh rate. So if you're looking for something that is able to record a little bit higher than 1080, the Mainstream probably wouldn't be your best bet. And if you're looking for that variable refresh rate for like the PlayStation and the Xbox and the newer consoles, the Mainstream may not be your best option. It is the cheaper option, but I would say that if you're streaming like Twitch or something like that, you're only getting 1080 right now anyway, so the Mainstream may be the better way to go. So when it comes down to the two devices, looking at them, one's a little bit smaller, one's a little bit bigger, but I mean, choice for $100 is $100 really worth the smart pads and the ability to utilize Rode's like wireless technology for like their lapel mics and the wireless goes, or this one where you just use your function keys. I just wanted to give it a quick comparison for the two devices. They're both really good devices. The Rode Streamerx can be a little bit fussy within the Unify software. We don't know about the other one's software yet because it hasn't been released, but yeah, there you go. A quick little dive in and comparison of the two devices. If you have one of these devices, or if you want to know a little bit more about these devices, I'll link both of the videos on these in the description below so you can take a deeper dive into those. But have any questions, as always, put them in the comment section below, and I'll get to as many of them as I possibly can. You can also go to the Discord. That's in the description. And yeah, real quick video, and we'll see you on the next one.